Well, hello there. Welcome, everybody. It is time for the Probate Data Power Gym.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clara. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Philip, Magda, let's see, Kim, Tiffany, Connie, Denise Wells. I just emailed you back regarding access to UPLC. You're all set now. You should be all set. Let's see, Wayne is here. Connie, SFAX 10. Don't know who that is. Eric Hudson's in the house. Hey, Eric, welcome. Let's see what else we got here today. We got Claire's computer wants to participate. Claire, sounds like you're trying to
No,
it doesn't want to open or close.
no, I'm here. I'm here. It just my volume is all the way up, and it's kind of, the volume on your side is kind of low. So.
Right. Yeah, I can hear other people when they're talking, but I can barely hear you, Jonathan.
All right, let's try something else. Microphone. How's this? Is this better?
Yes.
Much better? Or just,
I think
okay,
so.
yeah, all right. Okay, okay, good. All right. Okay, well, September 25th, it's a Thursday, it's 9 a.m. Thanks for getting up early with me. Today, what I thought we'd do is do a little bit of on the back end, cruise around on Probate Data, take requests on any specific searches you want me to do. Denise, social media templates, I don't see. Okay, let me just tell Denise where to get this in UPLC. So inside UPLC, there's a drop down, there's a main menu, and then there's PDF downloads, and then there's social media marketing, or not social media, but marketing center. You click on marketing center, you scroll down, there's your social media. And if you still can't find it, then I'll help you after this call, okay? There we go. All right, so as for the rest of us, let's think about what you want to see in Probate Data. So I know we have a bunch of signups this week. Welcome to a lot of you. You part of the deal that you signed up for is a trial with Probate Data. So that means one of two things, or maybe both things for you guys. Number one, actually there's three things that could happen, right? So if your local courthouse is open and we're able to gather the leads, because of COVID, courthouses open and close randomly, or they restrict people how to get in. But let's assume, let's say you're in LA County or in Arizona or Nevada or Colorado or Utah. I think Colorado and Utah, we don't have data there, but let's say Arizona and Nevada. I know we have a lot of data in Nevada coming in. Then that means you get an email as soon as we upload data to our site. So when you joined in, you should have gotten the most recent files that we uploaded. There's a welcome email. It says, here are your leads. Also, what we might start doing is getting you historical prospecting leads. And I'm going to show you today how to get into Probate Data and download cases on your own. Now, part of your membership is anything that you subscribe to, any county you subscribe to, whatever gets uploaded to the database that we get from the courthouse, doesn't matter how many they are, if there's 100, 200, 300, or 50, or 700, like in some states, in some kinds like Harris County in Texas, we give you all of that, right? And in addition to that, you get access to Probate Data. You can log in and you can download up to 100 cases per billing period of 30 days. So I'm going to show you how to do that today for those of you that are brand new. And for those of you that have been with us for a while, it's just, feel free to stick around. You might pick up a few things, ask some questions, how to do searches, whatever. And if you don't want to sit in on today's class, I'm totally fine with that as well. Whatever suits your needs. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this up real quick. I'm going to share my screen just a second. I just want to make sure I get the right browser up. All right, let's go ahead and share my screen. Boom, there we go. Okay, you guys should be seeing my screen now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good. All right, so when you log in, this is probably the first thing you'll see. You can watch some videos on how to download cases. So there's 4 videos here. You can do the first things first. Some of the most important features you'll use, how you can cherry pick out-of-state petitioners. This is one of my personal favorites, that plus historical prospecting. And also if you just want to do a general search. So I know we just had a bunch of people from Nevada join us. So what I'm going to do is do a brand new search for Nevada. I'm going to do a most recent case filing searches from Nevada. And then I'm going to do like a historical prospecting. And then maybe we'll do a little bit of Arizona too, because I know we have people from Arizona. So I'm just curious to see in the chat, just put in like where you're from, which state or which county you're from. Just put in county and state. And then that'll give me an idea of like what's represented on today's class. So county and state, put in the chat, or state and county, however you want to do it. And after I do this first basic search, then I'll go back to the chat and I'll see if there's any special requests in there. And for those of you who've been with us for a while, just think about if there's anything specific you want me to look for. Okay, so now I'm in here and I'm going to do a new search. So I click on new search up here in the top. And I get a map of the United States, and any state that you see that's green, that means we have data in some of the major counties there. So let's go into Nevada. So I click on Nevada and then we have Clark County. So I actually don't know what the status is of the courthouse. Okay, so then here we can go back. It looks like we're in the process of hiring a researcher there. So we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna say, let's say go April 1st, 2020. And then I'm gonna put my end dates. These are the dates the cases were filed, okay? So we're looking for the filing dates. So I'm gonna do about, so let's do April, May, June, so end of June. Let's do 07, 01. I'm gonna select Clark County, see what comes up. Hopefully you have something there. I never know with all the closures. Okay, so it looks like we got a good amount of cases here from May 8th through July 1st. We've got roughly 525 entries. So that's a good amount. Now I can go back and I can edit my search if this is too much. So let's just see what's the latest what we got in here. So I'm gonna do, let's see here, 09, 01, 2020, and then 09, what was it today? 25th. Wow, that happened fast. I gotta get my daughter some birthday presents. It's coming up soon. Oops. All right, let's save the search. Oh, we got some from Nevada. Okay. So it looks like we are, so we're up until September 3rd. So we've got the first couple of days of September. So there's a little bit of a backlog here, but this is how you get the most recent cases, right? So here we've got 43 entries. It's a little bit more manageable. And now keep in mind, we will send, if you just signed up this week, you'll get the most recent batch that we uploaded, which looks like includes September 3rd. So now you can start prospecting with that. That's what you would have gotten in your email. And that's now in your inbox. It's in a spreadsheet in the PDF format. You can start downloading it and start prospecting. And when we send you this, we scrub the data, but basically we add email and phone numbers where we can find it to the petitioners, so the administrative executor. We also look up all the property information of the decedent using Zillow, which, by the way, guys, I'm really excited. We're going to replace Zillow in a few weeks with CoreLogic. So CoreLogic, as you guys know, is the one that supplies you guys and your title companies with all the property data. So we're going to go directly to the source instead of going to Zillow. We're going to go directly over to CoreLogic. It's going to cost us a lot more, but I feel like it's worth it because we get better quality data and we'll get more data for you guys and you can make better decisions. So that's what you get in your inbox. Now, the reason you want to log into Probate data, right, is you want to go back. So if you just joined this week, you want to look at the data we just sent you and say, well, I have the last filing date, for example, is from 9/1 to 9/3. So that means anything after 9/3 going forward, we're going to keep emailing you updates. So if the email we sent you has the last filing date of 9/3, then basically you go back to saying, okay, I can go backwards now. I can say anything prior to 9/3, or actually I would say 9/1, right? So 9/1 to 9/3, you have data. So now I can go back and I can edit my search and I can go a little bit further back, right? I can get into the system. I can say, well, why don't I just go back to August 1st, maybe? Or July 1st through 09/1, 01. So now, not only do you have what we sent you, now you have access to a bunch more data. And now you can even start prospecting a lot sooner with everything we got. Let's see, we got 553 entries, plenty to pick from. Okay, so I know that you have 100 downloads that you can do per month. So the question is, Jonathan, how do I choose which ones I want to download? Well, the good thing about Nevada is we get a lot of information there, including the zip code of the decedent. So you can sort this by zip code, and then you can choose to show all of them. And you can go through the zip codes and see which ones you want to do. Or what you can do is, you want to get a little fancy on the search, you can go in to edit the search. And let's see, do we have anyone from Nevada here, from Clark County? I can customize the search for you. Let's see. Put in like a handful of zip codes, or 5 or 6 zip codes that you would want to include here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I don't see any requests for any zip codes here. So I'm gonna go back to advanced search options. So you guys see here how I clicked on show advanced search options. So instead of using the zip code example, because I don't know the zip codes well enough in the Clark County, what I want to do now is I'm going to use the same date timeline, but to make it a little bit more specific, because there's 553 entries there, right? And I can only download 100 per billing period. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cherry pick. I'm going to cherry pick out-of-state petitioners. So for those that are brand new, actually, let me get one of our veterans in here. How do we? Why are out-of-state petitioners? Let's see. I don't want to call on you unless I have to, but I will call on someone unless someone volunteers to say why out-of-state petitioners are a good place to start.
Well, I think the out-of-state are beneficial because that means that these people that are out of state would have to fly over to the next place to take care of things, and you can offer your services and keep the petitioner current as to what's going on, and even take care of the property.
Yeah. So Clara, what does this sound a lot like in regular real estate? Is this similar to absentee owners?
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we
Okay.
take, actually, that's what I do. When I pull a farm, I look at the absentee first, and I prospect to those. I
Yeah.
prospect to all of them, but this would be probably my priority because, and also depending on how long they have owned the property.
Yeah. So guys, when you think out-of-state petitioners, think absentee owners. Okay, that's the perfect setup, like Clara just said. Thank you, Clara, by the way. Thanks for helping me out here.
Sure.
The perfect setup to think about this is absentee owners, out-of-state petitioners. Again, let me just reiterate what Clara said. I hope you guys took notes on this. These are petitioners, executors or administrators that live out of the state, out of your state. So I'm doing Nevada right now. Let's say grandma passed away and grandma said that her grandchild, Bob, is going to be in charge of this state. And Bob lives in New York, right? And he's like a 6-hour flight away. He's now been handed this full-time job. He's overwhelmed, and he doesn't want to get in a plane necessarily to come see the state and handle all this. So you become his eyes and his ears. So sending him a postcard, sending him a letter, calling him, if you have a phone number, sending him an email, say, hey, Bob, I understand. My condolences, your grandma passed away. I see she passed away, and then the date is there, the date of passing, and say, June 5th. And I noticed that she had a property on 123 Main Street, and it just so happens that 2 things are in your favor right now. I'm a specialist in probate as a CPRES agent, and also this is my area of specialty, this geographic location. I know the market very well. Here's a property that I recently sold. So if you don't have that, you can say my firm recently sold, whatever. And you say, I have a network of service providers that can help you move forward. Now use your own script, use whatever you want to say. But my point is that you're reaching out to help. So look, how can I help? What's the number one challenge? I love this question. I learned this from Brad Brinkman. What is your number one challenge right now? Chances are I can help you. Oh, I can't seem to get rid of all the rubbish there. Great, we have trash removal. Would you like to do an estate sale? Would you like to, whatever it is, you have a solution for them, right? So this is why in those who are brand new, just joined us this week, every Tuesday we do a special class for CPRES. It's Facebook Live and it's on a Zoom for everybody. And there we just spent 11 weeks teaching you how to set up your network of professionals, ranging from accountants to accountants, CPAs, attorneys, trash removal, storage, movers, appraisers, and all that. So there's like I think it was 11 weeks of lessons there. So you can go back and learn how to set up that work. So now back to today's class. The reason why an out-of-state petitioner is so valuable is because you become their eyes and ears. You become their answer to the question is, how do I go from here to here? And up here being the desired state where they want to be. They want this solved. Remember, they're going through a lot of stuff. So how do we find them? Out of 553, how many are out of state? We could go one by one, but that's a waste of time if you can just do it in 2 clicks. So I'm going to show the advanced search options. I'm going to scroll down here. You see there's a whole petitioner section down here, right? And then there's this one right here, exclude petitioner state. So I want to look for cases where, and I don't want the state of Nevada to be in here. Okay, I'm looking for petitioners that are outside of state. So I put an NV capitalized, comma, NV lowercase, comma, Nevada, and you could also, just for good measure, just put comma N/A. So basically what it does is this. I just set up the parameters. I just told probate data, hey, return things for me where the petitioner does not live in Nevada. Okay, and remember, you put a comma between, but no space. So just comma, so NV, comma, Nevada, comma, N/A. Here, let me make this bigger so you guys can see it.
Ah, thank you.
There, you see that right here?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how we do that.
Indeed.
Okay, so now I save the search. And I'm going to get rid of this. And now we're down to 195. It's way more plausible, right? So now with this list, I could sort through, I could be even more specific and say, oh, I just want certain zip codes. Now I can, for counties that have a lot of volume, a lot of information, this is a problem of abundance for you guys. Like you can choose, pick and choose which ones you want. You can say which zip codes you want. So for example, here's the filing date of 8/31. And the zip code is 89104. So what you could do is you could look at these one at a time and then decide which ones you want based on the property value. Here is, they seem to think this is what they disclosed, $600,000 property value. Zillow didn't really pull anything here. But look, we got the petitioner phone number. We don't have an email address, but we have his phone number, Michael, and he lives in California, Newport Beach, and he's his son. So now you can call up Michael and say, I'm sorry for the passing of your mother. I understand she lived in Vegas on 1310 Charleston Road. That just happens to be my area of expertise geographically, but also probate happens to be my area of expertise professionally as a CPRES agent. I understand what administrators like yourself or petitioners like yourself are going through. Let me ask you, what's your #1 challenge right now? Okay, so that's how you do that. So let's say if you want this one, you go back and you just highlight it and you say, yeah, I want this one. And then you say, I want this one. And you look at them, right? And let's just say you want these first here. You can go through all 195 of them if you want to, and then select the 100 that you want. And then you export into a CSV or a PDF. And when you do CSV, you get everything nicely set on the spreadsheet. You can do mail merge, you can do a little bit of analysis, you can do cross-reference on the MLS, see if it's been listed already. There's a bunch of things you can do here. So let's just open that up here. There we go. Get rid of these Zillow disclaimers. And I'm going to make this bigger. Hold on, guys. So up here, you'll see all the headers, case number, date, file, address of deceased. There's 2 of them we don't have. And then the zip code of the deceased, lawyer name, lawyer phone number, petitioner address, zip code, phone number. We have some email addresses. So that gives you an idea of who you're dealing with. Now, there's just 7 here. You can download 100 of them and you can start massaging the data however you want. So that's how you do out-of-state petitioners. Now, as you can imagine, you get a lot more results the further you go back, or as you relax your criteria a little bit more. Like I said before, you can go in and change the search to just now, include certain zip codes that you want to prospect in. So again, like I said before, I'm not familiar with the zip codes in, let's just say these are the zip codes I want to use, 89523, 89183. So if I just put those zip codes in there, let me write those down. Let's see here, 89523, 89183, a lot of 89156. Let's just say I'm going to use these three. I don't know what's going to come. Maybe we just get these 3 cases, or maybe I get a lot more. I go into edit search again, and now again, I'm getting really specific, right? And this is filed between July and September. And then I go into zip code of deceased at the time of death. And here again, I got to use a comma. Remember, I got to use a comma here. Comma, no space, just a comma between each zip code. And then I do a save search. And now, yeah, we just got those 3 cases. Those are the only ones that came up. But now you see you can do hyper targeted. So if you have a farm of, say, 30 zip codes, depending on the size of zip codes, I know every county is a little different, you could be super specific. I recommend going wide and then casting out the biggest net, and then when the right opportunity lands on your lap, then you find a way to make it happen. But that's just my preference. All right, let's go to the chat and see what's happening over here. All right, so we'll do Cook County for Tiffany next. Prince George's, Maryland. Okay, we'll look at that one too. Okay, Denise is asking you a really good question, actually. So when you sign up, you say, I want 3 counties that I want them emailed to me on a regular basis, and those are the ones who want emailed to you. So notice when I started the new search here, I had the entire United States. There's like roughly 90-something counties that we have access to. You can search any of them. And Denise, I don't know if you're thinking about this now or thinking on those lines, but basically you could open up the entire marketplace to all those counties. And if you have a good way to prospect and you're comfortable on the phone, or you're good at warming up prospects, you could partner up with other agents in other areas. Say, look, if I get you the listing appointment, will you give me a referral fee? And she might be open to that. So if you feel like your market is too small for you, or you want it more, because I know some of our top producers like Deborah Blue out of Atlanta, and that's what she does right now. She set up a whole system just to go kind of nationwide and partner up with other agents. And she's got her own phone. She's amazing on the phone, and she just gets these listing appointments for herself and her team. And then she said, well, why can't I get it for others? And then she started getting it for investors as well. So she's been really successful at that. So that answers your questions, Denise. All right, let's see here. Anyeti Odua. I struggle using the system. I've called the number, but the lady wasn't sure how to assist me. So Anyeti, if that's how I pronounce your name, can you unmute yourself and just tell me what's going on, specifically what you wanted to show you? I'm happy to.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi.
Okay, so yes, you did say my name, Anyeti. So basically, when I went into the probate data and I did figure out how to I watched the tutorial on how to download my county. When I get it in, I guess now that you're saying it comes statewide, I'm countrywide, nationwide, I'm just struggling with how do I select, or how do I create, how you have zip codes here. It just wasn't connecting for me to understand how to select the ones that I want, package them, and then convert them over to a, to a CSV. So this helped a little bit, but I just wanted to know if I can call someone to kind of do a step by step, because I didn't know how to tell you the issues that come across.
Yeah, well, why don't we start with your biggest challenge right now? What is it? What state and county are you in?
I'm in Texas, and I am subscribed to the Fort Bend County and Montgomery County,
Okay.
and I can't remember what the third one, probably Harris County, Fort Bend County. I live in Fort Bend County, so I'd like to kind of stick with that because it is my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so
those
maybe
are big
starting with
counties.
that would be.
Yeah. So Harris is a huge county. I mean, there's a ton of leads here for you, right? And we're also
Yeah,
emailing
Fort
you.
Bend County is a little bit better. Yeah, I think Fort Bend County would be a better use of example.
Okay. So, we're emailing you all the new stuff, right? So let's say you want to, are you interested in going back and looking for historical leads, say that were filed
I
12 months
am.
ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
the trainings that you all offer and the testimonies are suggesting that they're targeting older files. So
Yeah.
that sounds good to me.
All right. So why don't we do this? Let me just recap for those of you that are new. Why on earth would we look for old cases, right? Give me the new cases. Give me the filings. Give me the ones that want to sell now. Those are good too. But remember, 85 to 90% of cases settle within 12 months. That means 10 to 15% of cases settle beyond 12 months, so beyond the year. So if there's a way, if only there's a way that I could find cases that were filed 12, 18, or 24 months ago where the property hasn't sold yet, that would be a good indication that there's still a possibility to help them sell the real estate. Now, based on what I'm hearing from our agents, 60, 70% of the time, there's an opportunity there. 30 to 40% of the time, there's not an opportunity because they kept it in the family, they just transferred, so there was no sale that took place. But gosh, I mean, 60% chance of hitting a jackpot when no one's prospecting, I'll take those chances, right? So let's do that for Fort Bend right now. And yet, if you want to mute yourself because there's a little bit of feedback, and then when I'm done with it, you can unmute yourself afterwards again, okay? Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna do Fort Bend.
Okay.
We're gonna go back. Say we're in September, so let's go back to August 1st, 2019 till I'm going back roughly 13 months, right? Till 9/1/2019. So that's roughly a month there worth of stuff. Let's do 2 months. Now, hopefully in Fort Bend here, we'll see, we have everything in there, like the zip code and the last sale date and all that. Because depending on the county, some counties don't disclose everything. And this is what I was afraid of. So zip code, we don't have it. So that way, what I'll do now is I'll sort by zip code. So I have a few here, right? Because those are the ones that I know that Zillow is going to be able to pull something most likely. So let's click on last sale date, and hopefully when we start partnering up with CoreLogic, we'll have less NA and more dates here actually. This doesn't mean that it's not available, it just means Zillow couldn't pull it for whatever reason. And we're looking up, we can look at one of these cases here that was filed. Oh, we only have I see. We only have Sugarland 7749. There's no full address. Interesting.
Tell me what you see, Jonathan. What you see?
What do I see? What I'm highlighting right here. You see Sugarland 77479.
Yes.
But there's no actual address, which is weird.
Okay.
I guess they're not disclosing everything. So let me try something else here. Let me go back and let's go further back. Let me edit the search and go back, say, 01. So beginning of 2019 through September, that's probably going to be a lot. Yeah, 495 entries. Let's try to sort by zip code. And let's try this again. I'm doing last sold, but if all we have is a zip code and no address, I'm going to dig into why that's the case. Because like I said before, some counties don't disclose everything. They just put in the zip code, but not the address. I'm going to try, did you say Harris was another one that was good for you? Right? That's another county that's good for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Let me make a note here for Kristen. All right, let me make a note of that. Okay, so now let's do a new search. And I'm going to pick Texas again. And you said Harris, correct? Harris, we'll go back, we'll do the same, we'll try the same type on one. 2019, 08, 31. I know Harris is a really busy county. We got a lot of cases there. An average of 600 or 700 a month. So we should have a good amount here. Hopefully we capture their entire address. Jeez. Now I'm beginning to wonder if our researchers are being lazy. Wow. Okay, let's see this one here. Does it have a full address? Okay, so this one has a full address. All right, so let's roll with this. So now I can do,
where are you seeing, I'm sorry, where are you seeing that it has a full address? Like, I'm trying to follow your screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll slow down. So I click on one of the cases here, and it opens up a new tab. And then it says address of deceased at the time of passing. You see that right here, the highlight in blue?
Okay.
I think there might be a delay in transmission between you and me, like what I'm saying and showing and what you're seeing. So maybe you're hearing me talk through things faster than what they're actually showing up. That might be happening. So this is being recorded. You can watch the replay if you like, but it's because I'm hearing you talk. I see you move, and then I hear what you're saying like a few seconds later. So I think there's a delay.
Okay.
Okay. So here we see the address. So now what I'm going to do is we have 451 entries. So I'm just going to show all the entries, and I sort it by zip code. So I click on zip. You see that little arrow up here. I click on zip. And I click on it again, and it sorts by zip code. So whatever has a zip code most likely has an address. So now what I start doing is clicking show. And then hopefully here we'll have something that comes up with an actual date. Because what I'm looking for here is Zillow returning some information to us. Here's one. And here's another one. Okay, so this is actually good. This is a good example. And yet you might want to write down these case numbers for Harris. So here here's what I'll do. If you private message me your email address, I'll send you the list when we're done here. That way, I'll make it easier.
That's cool. Okay. So how you're on the last sold, I always want to see something that says show, correct? If it says NA, do I that?
No, you just ignore it. Yeah. So you click on show. So what happens when you click on show, it makes an instant call over to Zillow and says, show me the last sale date as of today. So what we're looking for is a sale date that wasn't between, last year and now. So if this case was filed in 2000, for example, this one right here, I'll export a few of them. This one was filed August 20th of 2019, but the last sale date was in 2017. So it was filed in 2019 of August, but the last sale date was 2017. So what does that tell us? That tells us it hasn't sold since it got filed. If it hasn't sold since it's been filed, well, it can mean one of two things. Either they didn't want to sell, they kept it in the family, or it's a complicated story or case, or there's been delays in it and they couldn't sell it for whatever reason. And it's been over a year now. And chances are the PR, no one's calling on him or her. No one's prospecting him except for you now. And you're calling up and saying, I noticed this has been on the docket for a while, and I'm just wondering, what's your biggest challenge? Is this something you still want to need help with in liquidating the assets, selling the property? If so, I can help you. Right, so that's a simple script. So I'm just going to export these out right here. I got two.
My other question, my question for that file would be, could it, if that sale date is associated with property address, could it possibly mean that they maybe purchased it and then person passed away, or no?
No, I mean it would have to show, because the purchase date would have to be between the filing date and today's date, right? So if they filed in August of 2019 and then someone bought it, then that would show that sale date would have shown in our records. Then that would show in the last sale date. Let's say someone bought it in January of 2020, then it would say January 2020. But because it says, I think it says June of 2017, that means it hasn't sold for a while. I'm really curious why Zillow is not coming back with anything on these. Here's another one, 2005. 2005 is a good one. 1992. 1992. Here's a little bit more. So I think we have about 4 or 5 we can export now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, did you private message me your email address?
Oh, no, I'm so busy watching you.
Okay.
Hold on, let me send it to you.
Look at this right here. This is a sale date of June 15th, 2020. So don't bother. It's already been cleared. Like they filed August 14th of 2019, and they sold June 15, 2020. So they sold it within 4 months, basically, right? They sold it within, let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January. So within 5 months, they sold the property. So that's not an interesting lead for you. There's nothing there for you to do. So I'm not gonna check it over here. Here's another good one, 2017.
I'm just gonna put my email on here.
Sounds good. 1987. This is a good one. Sounds good. I'm going to give you some really, really good ones here. Again, January 17th, 2000.
I think you are right about the delay. Because
I didn't hear that. August 21st.
Oh, I was saying, I think you're right about the delay because I'm just now seeing the 2005 on there.
Okay, yeah. So I think your Wi-Fi is not quite up to speed. No pun intended.
Yeah.
All right, let me export these out and I'll shoot them over to you.
Okay, thank
So
you so much. This helped a lot.
Yeah, so these are 7 really good leads for you. Let's just see what the accumulated value is. And then you can get an idea of what kind of commission you can get out of these 7. So let's see.
So what are you doing now? So you're going to export it and then analyze based off the age of property, what Zillow is back as far as the description of the house itself?
No, so what I'm doing right now, I'm just looking at the spreadsheet and I'm looking at this estimate here, right? Basically, what is all this worth? So if I just did that, and I get an idea of this is worth, so these 7 leads are worth $2.5 million in property values. Now you have to do your own research.
Wow.
When I send you this, just basically look at it and go, okay, cross-check with MLS. Is this indeed hasn't been sold in the last year and a half, and it hasn't been, and then it's not on the market, right? So that's easy. You just look it up on MLS and then it's a go. And I know the agents that are getting results of this, that's exactly what you're doing. So what they're doing. So I'm just going to save this real quick.
I love how you're able to calculate that there.
Yeah, so we're actually going to get more accurate with that. We're going to have an algorithm provided by CoreLogic.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. That's huge.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's going to be great. So we'll send this over to you, and then and happy hunting. Let us know how it goes. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let's see. Robin's asking, how can we mass open the cases so we don't have to toggle back and forth? That's a good question, Robin. We don't provide that right now. As of right now, you just have to kind of open them up multiple tabs and then see what you want. I could do one more. Let's do Illinois Cook County. Let's do a search there. That's for Tiffany. Tiffany, do you have any specific requests? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Tiffany. I can see you, but I can't. Oh, that's a photo. That's not a video. Oh, there we go.
Me. Hey.
Hey.
606 15 53 and what is it? 07 are the ones I really deal with right now.
What
And
you just told me that those are zip codes?
yeah, sorry. Yes, those zip codes in Chicago. Yes, I'm in Chicago.
Okay. So let's do a new search here. We're going to go back. Let's go back to, I have a feeling we should go back to June here. So 25. Cook County, here we go. First, I want to see what the total is, what we got. So we got 1,200 entries. So there's a lot of sifting we can do here. So now I'm going to edit the search, right? And then I'm going to show advanced search options. Now, do you want to get even more specific? Let's try the zip codes first. And then, and if we have enough there, we can even say, well, those zip codes with out-of-state petitioners, now you're really being hyper
Oh yeah, that would
targeted.
be great. Yeah, without out of state position, because it should be a lot of those, because we have a lot of people who purchase outside of Chicago.
Okay, well let me have those zip codes again.
I'm sending them over to you now. 6
okay
5 3 and 6
Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah.
Oops. There we go, guys. 60615 653 607. Okay. So I'm doing 60615 comma 60653 comma 60607. All right, let's see if we get any luck there. Okay, so that took us down to 16 entries.
Okay.
So out of the 1,200, you came down to 16. Now I will tell you, like, it's okay. It's fine if that's all you want to do is like prospect in 3 or 4 zip codes, but you have to understand, we don't control where people pass away, let alone control when people file for probate. So to get the most bang for your buck, I would go a little bit wider. Now, I'm not familiar with Cook County. I don't know the ins and outs and places maybe where you don't want to sell or don't want to list, but I'll tell you, I'll tell you a trick that I learned from.
Spot that I wouldn't.
Okay, good. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. So you can see that's one way to filter, right? So I'm just going to export these out. I'll send them to you if you give me your email address. So I'll export these out for you. These are 16 that are in the zip codes that you picked. But let's do a different search. Let's just get rid of the zip codes and instead find the ones where the petitioners are out of state, meaning these are the ones that really need your help. Okay, so I'm going to do a save here. Sorry. The CSV okay with you? Yeah.
Yes, that's great. Thank you.
Great. So let's just go ahead and private message me your email address.
I just did, I think.
You just did? Okay, good. All right, let's change this up a little bit. Let's edit the search. And I'm going into advanced search options. I'm going to go down here and just basically delete the zip codes. And I'm going to go down to exclude petitioner state.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in IL, comma, Illinois. And then spell it out as well. And a lowercase IL and then /NA, /A. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just taking those 1,200 that we found. And I'm going to save the search and see what we come up with. I'm guessing we'll get about 100. 196, that's interesting. So now I got 196 here that I could prospect with. Do you want me to send you those as well?
I couldn't unmute myself quick enough. Yes.
All right. So notice here that 2 of them or several of them are they're already like highlighted in blue. That means I've already downloaded them. So, so when you do that, you can either choose to include the previously downloaded or not include them. So depending how you organize your leads, it's entirely up to you. But here's for cherry picking purposes, right? You could actually look at the one. I think this is one that we downloaded before. I think this is one of them. you could actually see here that the address is in Chicago. Oops. There we go. The petitioner is in California.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, no, this is not one. This is one of the zip codes you asked for, right? 60615.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, jackpot.
So that was probably in the one we just did.
Exactly, you nailed it. Very good. You're a quick student. I like it. So I'm gonna include everything in one batch then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And we're gonna export all of it. So now with the more cases you're downloading, the more it's gonna take, because it's doing, as you see this blue thing spinning, that basically means it's checking in with Zillow and downloading all the last sale dates, the Zillow information, checking for any updates and phone numbers, email addresses, things like that. So it's pulling all that until it's done.
Some
It's going to be doing
outside
this. And yeah, and when it's done, these two, CSV and PDF, they'll turn dark green.
Okay. Now, is there a way when, I know that, oh, okay, so yeah, there it goes. I was gonna say, when you've looked at it, but this one just shows you when you've downloaded. Because if you're doing a mass search and you've looked at it already, does it give you an indicator so you don't keep going back? Oops, hold on, wait a minute, I looked at that already. If you're trying to cherry pick.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't tell you that you already looked at it. But that's a good idea. I like it. Like something that you've already
like your
viewed.
email, like when you
could
click it.
Go ahead.
Like in your email, when you click it, it tells you you've looked in it already. So it
Yeah,
goes,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So looked at it, or what if you put, like, you know how you can do a favorite? You can put it, like when you're looking at stuff, you can favorite something.
Put a
like,
star.
Like put a star or a heart or something like that, like some kind of symbol that goes, show me only my favorites. Okay, so now it's done. I'm going to download the CSV file here, and then I'll send you those two files. Okay.
Truly appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's see. So Tiffany, I don't have your, oh, there it is. Realtor, got it. You guys are not seeing my screen, right? No, okay, good. So this is Tiffany. Oops. And then let's see. Agnetti is the email address that starts with 12. And that goes over here. All right. Okay, guys, we're at 9:50 in the morning. Okay, Phillips is asking, Philip, so Philip Watkins gave me your email address. What is that for? Philip, you want to unmute yourself? Or Gwendolyn Watkins.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
I was hoping that when you got to Prince George's County, Maryland, you'd have my email to forward anything that we were able to find.
Oh, I like it. You're doing this, the assumptive close, thinking ahead. Like, here's my email. Just go ahead and send me the leads. I like it. Just because of that, we're going to do a Phillips. I was going to say this is it for today, but just because I appreciate your style, let's see what we can find.
Thank you.
Okay. So Maryland, Princess George's. I think we did this a while ago, and I'm looking to see, whenever you see like an I here, that means there's some updates or something's going on. So Prince George's is courthouse is closed to researchers. So there's an issue there. But here's what, let's try it out anyways. I'm gonna do the entire year and see what the latest filing date is. And then 9/25.
Your screen is gone.
Oh yeah, thank you. Here we go. Search. All right, so the latest we have is, unfortunately, is March. So we haven't had anything since March there. So here's what I would do. Here's 170 entries, 173 entries. So what I'll do here is, let's see, are we getting anything on the zip codes? We only have a few. what can we do for Miss Watkins? Well, here's one that's interesting. So here, why don't we do this? I'm going to go back here and go further back. So let's do a historical prospecting. Let's go back roughly 2018 to 01. No, let's do 03, 04, 01. So what I'm doing basically, I'm just doing a search here that's going to give me a bunch of results, and then I'll download them all, and then we'll pull the last sale date from Zillow, and I'll send you a sheet that has basically where the last sale date is not within this time frame. So that's 3,400 entries. That's a lot. So I'll probably, what I'll do is I'll scale it down a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll send you a list of valuable historical prospecting leads where the case was filed, but they haven't sold it in the last year, year and a half. Let me just try to edit that. Let's do, oh, that's why it's way too far back. So about 1,000, okay. We can handle that. All right, so let's do that. I'll send that over to you. Let me just find your email address here. Select all, export them, and we'll let it do its thing. We don't need to share that. All right, so Kimberly, you want Harris County as well? No problem. Hey, can you remind who else wanted Harris County?
I did, Kimberly Kidd.
Yeah, Kimberly. Okay, got it. There was somebody else, right? No,
And then
that's it?
Annette, she wanted it.
Oh, and Yeti, she wanted Harris as well? Okay. Right. Got it. Okay, so I'll send you both the same one. You guys should probably partner up because there's a lot of leads there.
I have already reached out to her because
Awesome.
I'm new as well and have felt overwhelmed.
Yeah, I get it. Gwendolyn Watkins, here we go. longandfoster.com. Here we go. Guys, this is how you know these classes are live, because you get to see me talk to myself. Gwendolyn is Prince George's. All right, I got some homework here.
Sometimes that's how we keep our sanity.
I know, right? That's how it goes. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I'm just going through the questions here. And guys, by the way, I'm more than happy to do these things on Fridays where we just like, give me a county, give me something specific, let's download it. I'm happy to put it on the house account and just email it to you when we're done, so it doesn't go against your credit, and also you don't have to do it. I want to reward you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you for showing up to these classes. So I want to obviously reward you. Okay, I think that's it, guys. If you're looking to connect with each other, I always recommend, if you're CPress, if you're active CPress, go to the Facebook page and connect with the other agents there and look for referrals. And if you want to refer a workout, or you're looking for referrals back in, if you're looking to connect with people, that's the best place to do it, is on Facebook page for CPress. That's where all that happens. All right, guys, that's it for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your open houses if that's what you're doing this weekend. Otherwise, just have a good weekend. And whatever you do, be safe, be well.
Thank
Wash
you.
those hands.
I
Bye,
appreciate it.
guys.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.